Hello everyone, welcome to this video on my channel. This is something a bit different to my normal content that I've been doing throughout these two tournaments. And I'm going to be looking back at my predictions that are made for the Asian Cup round of 16. Somebody suggested this idea to me and why not give it a go? If you like it, or if you're interested enough, I'll do one for the Africa Cup of Nations predictions I made. It'll never be too late. So let's look at the first one, Tajikistan versus UAE. I said 2-0 to the UAE. Thought they'd be the stronger team, and they did start out that way. They just didn't have enough in them in the 490 minutes, and defensively, they weren't that great. The 2-0 prediction hasn't reflected that well. Iraq versus Jordan. So close to getting this one because I remember being on a lunch break and seeing in the 90+4 minutes that Iraq were 2-1 up, and I'm thinking Iraq have got this, and my prediction will be there. But Jordan managed to score the 2 goals. This is the only game I didn't actually watch live, so I can't comment too much on the controversy given that I've only seen this game through Fogden's vlog, or again a few people talking about it. But clearly Iraq didn't manage the game at the end and be defensively secure. But the way they were going in the group stage, this is certainly a surprise. And Australia versus Indonesia, they ended up doubling what happened. I thought 2-0 seemed about reasonable given how well Indonesia defended against Vietnam. The fact that Australia managed to get their second fairly early, that kind of indicated that they were going to go for another goal, which wasn't something I particularly took into consideration. Qatar versus Palestine. I've just remembered I got this one bang on. Seemed about right in terms of Palestine getting a goal and giving a good game, but ultimately Qatar were the better side and no surprises. Uzbekistan versus Thailand wasn't far off from getting this one right, but Thailand had scored. Thought based on how the game went, it seemed about as what I had expected. Uzbekistan were the better team. Not too much complaints given that it did play pretty well in the group stage. Saudi Arabia versus South Korea. In some ways, maybe was a bit too kind to South Korea. This was a hard game to call, but I thought South Korea had enough qualities to get them over the line despite the weaknesses of the manager. And when I saw Saudi Arabia play for the first 80 minutes, I thought, maybe I should have picked them to win. But South Korea ended strong in the 90 minutes and, of course, won on penalties. And then we'll look at the next game, Bahrain versus Japan. I was close to going 3-1. I almost changed my mind when writing it down in Sami Kiani's prediction contest. Not too much surprises from Japan scoring 3. They had most of the possession, most of the chances. They had a great depth to work off. The goal, I don't think was Zion Suzuki's fault because he caught the ball. It was just number 9, Ayazi, had headed the ball from the behind, which ultimately was the reason for the ball going out of Suzuki's hands. The only thing that you could put blame on was the fact that the communication lacked or was not there at all, and that a simple shout-out would have been able to tell the rest of the players that he was going to get the ball. I'm not surprised what happened, and I myself was also considering a 3-1. The final game, I said Iran 2, Syria 0. Iran, I thought, did have a good first half, but were underwhelming after that. Both goals were penalties, and then it went 2 penalties. Syria, I thought, had it in them to make it a close game. I thought Iran, with the attackers that they had, were capable of getting a fairly simple win. It turns out they've had to go to penalties and had to try and win the game in that way. So that's my look back at my predictions overall. What do you think? How did you do? And if I maybe didn't present this video in a way that some would have liked, then do let me know as well. Until next time, see you in the next video.